This is Batman. You're watching Kyle Reviewed.
Hey guys, just finished watching Titans Season 2, Episode 12, Faux. Wow, what an episode. This episode had all kinds of things, and his last episode, one more episode left. We only have 13 episodes of this season, so before last episode, and things are really interesting as to where things are going to go and stuff. We still haven't seen anything of Crypto or Superboy in a long time since they were captured. We've seen a lot of Gar and what's going on with him while he's been captured at Cadmus and stuff, and that's kind of interesting, you know. But I would like to see more as to what they're doing with Crypto, what they're doing with Connor and stuff, and to see as to how things are going to be played on. But there, just a little lineup to see as to where things are going to go with that. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm glad we got a confirmation we're going to be getting a Season 3, so that's really cool to see that right now. We'll have to wait and see where things are going to go with that. But I'd like to focus on a little bit more on Crypto and Superboy and things like that. I think there's a kind of bit of a lot this season, but that's probably why they didn't focus too much on there. But so we'll have to wait and see as to where things go. They still have to fight Cadmus. They still have to fight Deathstroke. I feel like the Cadmus thing, you know, they might start off I feel like they might end everything with the Cadmus storyline, leaving that open for Season 3. Hopefully they do. Maybe they still have Connor and, and Superboy. Cadmus has them locked up. But maybe Gar is the one who gets kind of breaking from their spell or whatever. Maybe they are able to capture him and they have... maybe the Titans get Gar back. Whether he's broken from their spell, we'll have to wait and see. They're still under his control. I think that could be interesting. I mean, we know for sure now that that he's controlled. Dick has Dick's not sure about that, but we know that Hawk or Dove and Stargirl know that Beast Boy is being controlled by Cadmus and stuff, so that'd be quite interesting. So they obviously have to assume that if they get Connor back or Crypto, that one of the two of them or three of them would probably be in the control of Cadmus. So I'd like to see that, and I'd like to see as to what they think they're going to do with that. I'd like to see more done with Crypto. I think he's really kind of cool, one of my favorite characters on here. I'd like to see him more developed as a full-on character rather than just just a plot piece. I mean, he doesn't really do anything, Crypto, and he hasn't done anything yet. I know he's just a dog, but still, he's supposed to be a smart dog, right? He's supposed to be an alien, and obviously they'd be trying to enhance his intelligence for the dog so they can control it. So maybe they push the enhancements for Crypto to the point where Crypto's they're able to turn him into somewhat of a character, kind of the way they did, in all those great Air Bud movies, the things like that. You know what I mean? That sort of style of stuff, and like to see him be more join on as an actual Titan. I think that'd be really cool. I'd love to see Crypto get an actual cape. That would be really something cool. I'd like to see. In the end of this season, maybe he gets a full-on cape or something. That could be really cool. I think it could be quite interesting seeing that. So I was hoping that we'd see Nightwing in this episode. We get teases of the suit. We got the reveal of the suit, online and all that stuff, but yet we don't get it in this episode. That's kind of disappointing. So unless the first image we see in the next episode is him in the Nightwing costume, that would be awesome. I'd be really happy with that. If we see it like within the first 5 minutes of the next episode, because they even already revealed the scene where it's revealed. So I thought that was going to be the end of this episode, and that's where we kind of cut. We get Nightwing, then black, and then it cuts to the credits, right? So we have full on Nightwing throughout the whole last episode. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's there, but the way that scene's kind of laid out in the trailer, it doesn't really look like it's going to be, it could be the first scene, which we'll have to wait and see, but it looks like it could be even like second to last scene type thing, the last action scene, which would be the second to last scene in the next episode. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things go with that. We still haven't played around with, because all of a sudden we have Starfire, not being able to use her powers. We have no explanation as to what's going on with that. And we still haven't done anything with Raven, the fact that her powers are acting up on their own and killing people when it went and turned that gargoyle made that gargoyle come to life and eat a person. So that will be interesting to see as to where things go with that. And maybe somehow they can tie that, that her powers acting on their own without her knowledge, and eating a person like that to tie it to Gar being controlled by Cadmus, forced to eat people, and maybe they can somehow, relate to each other on that. But Rachel doesn't even know she's even doing that. And that's something she's only done it once. Whereas, we assume he's probably killed now. Like he killed the one person on his own he did before all the Cadmus stuff, a while back. and now he dated that one person at Cadmus, and then there's someone in this coffee shop. So he's probably been doing this a few times now. He might have eaten about 5 people at this point. Takar, we don't know. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things go with that. But for that, eventually, and building up season 3 to the point where they kind of can bond over that, or kind of help each other deal with each other's emotion and go through that together, could be something fun to see for their relationship. Jason Todd and Rose kind of dealing with some stuff was kind of interesting. We'll see what things go with for Jason Todd. What is he going to do? It looks like going to be interesting to see as where things go. I'd love to see Joker join in this thing, or some sort of Joker, or even just start up next season, or at some point just to have the actual death of Jason Todd. But it needs to be, by Jason, I don't want it to be by Slade Wilson. I want it to be by Joker with a crowbar, and then in an explosion where Batman doesn't miss him. At least by Joker beating him to a pulp, beating to death with a crowbar. I think that's the way they need to do it, and no other way. Maybe he, have him after this relationship problems with the blow up now and him leaving Rose. Maybe he goes off and he just tries to do his own thing, and he just stumbles upon the Joker, tries to attack the Joker without any backup because he's Jason Todd, and then ends up getting beaten up to a pulp just with a crowbar by the Joker. That could be something cool with that. You don't need to see the Joker, don't need to cast the Joker. You could actually just get some. They did the Joker in the Birds of Prey, early 2000 Birds of Prey TV show, where they had the kind of the Killing Joke reenactment in the intro every episode. They could do something like that and just cast someone who slightly looks like Joker and have Mark Hamill just say a couple of lines. You could literally phone in lines, type of thing. That would be really dope if they did that. But I think that's the way they need to do that if they ever want to kill him off. So we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see where things go with Jericho, especially with him inside of his father and all that stuff, and somehow inside trying to control his father, trying to make his father kill himself. I think that's going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go with that, and we'll have to wait and see as to how things go. So yeah, all in all, I can't wait to see where things go. Everything's really cool, especially the stuff with Hank, selling his costume for drug money and stuff. That'll be quite interesting to see as to where things go for him and his story. So let me know what you think, guys, about all this episode in the comments below. Season 2, episode 12, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, talking to you from the library of Wayne Manor. You may know me as Batman. I just want you to know that you're watching Kyle Reviewed. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.